Hello RUSD. This video today is geared towards using PDFs and making them editable in your Google Classroom so that students can actually write on the PDF and then submit that assignment back to you as a teacher via Google Classroom. So here we're looking at an example PDF document. Here I have some addition problems, and right now if I were a student receiving this, I would have no way to actually edit this document and then turn it back into you as a teacher to demonstrate my proficiency in addition. So what are the steps in order to do that? Well, that's a good question. The first thing you want to do is you actually want to change this PDF into an image. And one of the best ways that I have found to do that is to go to a website that's completely free. It's called pdf2image.com. So it's up here in the taskbar, pdf2image.com. And they give you a bunch of different options for what you want to turn your PDF into, but the PDF to JPEG is the one that I typically use. Then you just pick the file off of your computer that is the one you want to turn into an image. So in this case it was my addition problem, so I'm going to click that and open it. And it does its thing, it converts it and it turns it into a zip file. So you're going to download that zip file and open it. And then I'm going to extract the images out of that zip file and I'll put it onto my desktop, which is a bit of a mess right now. However many pages the PDF is, each page becomes its own individual image. So here you can see the two pages of PDF document that the two PDF pages that I had have now turned into actual images. And so they are on my desktop right now. So that's step one, turn the PDF into an image. Step two then is to go into your Google Drive. And so here I'm in my Google Drive and create a Google slideshow. So I'm going to create a Google slide. And once you're in your Google slide, you need to change the size of your slide into an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper because that's what size the image is converted to. So to do that, you go up to File and then click Page Setup towards the bottom. And it's going to default to widescreen 16 by 9. We're going to change that to custom and we're going to make it be an 8.5 by 11 inches. And then you'll click Apply. Okay, so this looks more like a sheet of paper. You'll notice they have some default text boxes already in the Google slide, so I'm just going to delete those to get rid of them. And to do that, you just select the box to make it kind of turn into that blue color, like this, and then just click delete on your keyboard, or backspace, I believe, will also delete it. Now what we want to do is we want to get that image that you created onto this slide. And you may think I'll just drag and drop it onto the Google slide, but that's not such a good method to doing this because then your students will actually be able to move that image around. So a better way to do it is to click Background, which is right here in the Google slide bar, and then you're going to click Choose Image. And we can then upload the image from your computer onto this slide. So I'm going to move this out of the way and I'm going to pick the first page. I'm going to drag that over here and upload that image. Okay, it's done. So here are my addition problems that I have for students to solve. If you are frustrated by the view, you can always take the view and zoom in a little more. Right now I'm pretty far away, but if we go to 100%, you can see the problems a little bit easier by just changing the zoom on the document. Once you're to this point, you need to now add text boxes for your students to actually be able to type into. And to do that, you just would click Insert, Text Box, and it'll get a little crosshair. Your cursor becomes a crosshair, and you're just going to drag that crosshair to make a box that you feel like represents a good size, fillable field for your students to actually type within. So I dragged in and made that little fillable field right there. Then what I would do in that text box is I might type here, just for students to be able to see that this is a place where they actually are able to type their answers. You can make it smaller if you'd like. And once you feel like, oh yeah, that looks pretty good, I think students will be able to type there. That's perfect. I love it. Great. You've now got your first fillable form. To speed up that process, To speed up the process of adding more fillable forms, what you can then do is highlight the box so it gets this kind of blue shading around it, and then click Control C, and that's going to copy that fillable area that you just made. And then when you want to paste a new one, you just type Control V, and you now have another box that you can drag and situate where you'd like to put a fillable form for students. You could go through and do that for all these problems. This worksheet that I specifically chose is kind of crazy in terms of how many spots you'd have to put fillable forms. You could just go through and keep putting those fields for students to fill those forms in. I'm going to title this presentation Adding Worksheet, just so I can remember the name of it. Because what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go into Google Classroom and I'm going to assign this worksheet to my students. So once you've got your slideshow how you want it looking, that you've got all the fillable forms in it and things look peachy, go into your Google Classroom and click Classwork on the top, and that's where you would make your assignments. Right now I don't have any assignments, but I will create an assignment. And I'll title the assignment Adding Worksheet. And at this point, I'm going to make the assumption that you know how to make assignments in Google Classroom. If you click the Add button, you can then add an assignment from your Google Drive and find that Google slideshow that you just were working on. And there it is, Adding Worksheet. So I'm going to click that one and add it to this assignment. Just a quick reminder on assignments with Google Classroom, if you want students to be able to actually type within that slideshow, you want to change this drop-down menu to make a copy for each student. So each individual student gets their own copy of that Google slideshow that they can then type in and then resubmit back into you as an assignment. I hope that's a helpful workaround for making PDFs into editable documents for you and your students so that you can get that work back from them. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to your tech integrator or your instructional coach. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great rest of your day.